everybody? It's Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. I've got a very disturbing tale coming out of Florida pertaining to um, the date site, a terrible situation that happened between a young man, African American male, and an older Caucasian male. Um, I have talked about the harrowing details of dating people on date sites, and I wanted to bring you all this story to once again show you how dangerous it is in meeting people in general. Some people choose to use date sites, apps to meet people. People use the date sites and apps for different and various reasons. And in this case, I do not know the intricate details of how these two came to be. One can wonder if it was murder for it happened because of robbery, or was it a sex situation that went wrong? What happened? But I'm going to read you the details, and then I'm going to bring you some statistics thereafter, and then I'll go into the chat and commentary, and you can leave your commentary in the chat. And I want to thank you all for joining me. Hello, Miss Lakesome. Hello, Alexis Platt. How are you all doing? Thanks for joining the Queen. It's a beautiful day in the high teen, and I decided to sit outside and bask in the sun and get me a little bit of vitamin D for this said situation. Okay, I'm going to run right into it because I got 12 in the room and 9 thumbs up. I want to thank you all. Hello, Miss Lady. Thanks for joining me. Pretty K, thanks for joining me. If you need verification for the storyline, please log on to Daily News. NYDailyNews.com. Florida man accused of killing married man he met on dating app. This was one day ago. A Florida man who was charged with murder over the weekend is accused of killing another man after meeting him through a dating app, authorities said Sunday. Michael Harris Jr., 20, African American male, was first connected to the crime when detectives searching for a missing Daytona Beach man found the victim's car with the suspect in the nearby city of Dillon. Authorities then recovered bloody fingerprints in the vehicle linking Harris to the murder. The victim, identified as 63-year-old Bobby Scott, has been reported missing by his husband on January 17th, the same day he and Harris had agreed to meet up. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office said in a news release, Scott was never heard from again and his cell phone was found abandoned in Dillon. When he was questioned by detectives 2 days after Scott went missing, Harris reportedly said the victim had loaned him the car but had not contacted him since. Scott's husband, who told deputies the couple was in an open relationship, said his partner never loaned his vehicle to anyone, authorities said. And there's also a picture inside of this article of the suspect and the Caucasian male who is the victim, Bobby Scott, 63. The suspect is Michael Harris Jr., 20. Michael Harris Jr., 20, has been charged for murder in the death of Bobby Scott, 63. Scott's body was finally found on Sunday, a week after he went missing, and a day after Harris's arrest. Authorities have not released the cause of death or any other details about the case, as the investigation is still active. Harris was charged with second-degree murder with a deadly weapon and was being held at the Volusia County Jail. And that's the said information by the Daily News. If you want to log on to verify this story and see the mugshot of the suspect and the victim. So the suspect is a 20-year-old black male. The victim is a 63-year-old Caucasian male. And I also want to bring you some stats pertaining to online dating. And oh mercy, this is a really bad situation that has happened. Okay, I'm going to bring you some stats. How's everybody doing? I got 14 in the room, 11 thumbs up. Thanks for joining me. No super chats during the live, please. I appreciate it. I'm going to bring you some information by Red Brick. I'll get it loaded up here. Just a second. Thank you. Okay. This is by Red Brick if you want verification. The rise of crime in the world of online dating. This was published November 2019, November 15th, 2019. The number of crimes committed as a result of the online dating has seen a staggering increase in the last 5 years. New statistics revealed that the number of dating site offenses has increased from 156 in 2015 to 286 just last year. These figures are reported by 23 of the 43 police forces. Okay, this says England and Wales. Lord have mercy, this isn't even local. Okay, let me go back out. 1 second. Let me try this other one. I thought that was American Stats. I'm sorry. Um, this is by Taylor Ring. Online dating is dangerous, so why do we love it? In a computer age world, dating has become a bit tricky. Meeting someone through friends or employment can work sometimes. Finding love in a bar or other awkward social setting where you're thrown into the sea of strangers can be challenging. Then there's the world of online dating. Today there are so many dating sites to choose from that it's nearly impossible to pick one, and many people don't. They pick several and place their personal details out there for the entire world to see and use to manipulate them. In fact, 40 million adults, single, married, and somewhere in between, use dating sites. Here are some of the interesting statistics to bear in mind. 10% of sex offenders use online dating to meet people. Approximately 3% of men using online dating are psychopaths. More than 25% of rapists use online dating sites and apps to find victims. Internet predators commit over 16,000 abductions, 100 murders, and 1,000 of rapes annually. Despite these frightening statistics, dating sites are ranking in the books as more users go online every day for companionship. Even more startling is that California ranks as the ninth most dangerous state in the country for online dating, according to a recent study. Now, that is very interesting due to the fact that we've been talking about California lately. I also just pulled up an article that said Alaska is one of the most dangerous states to go on to online dating. Um, this is a crazy, crazy story because what we have to ask ourselves about this man and this younger man. What was the conversation that led to this death? Did the older man solicit, offer him money for sexual favors? Or did the young man solicit himself for, to receive money? Because sometimes straight men will go on these sites to pretend that they are homosexual when they are not. And it is to rob the victim. You understand what I'm saying? Because what made me think possibly, who's to say, because I don't know the male, the 20-year-old male, he could have possibly been just a bum who wanted to get some money, wanted to lure somebody. So he pretended to be a homosexual male, meet up with this guy. Then he got with the guy, and possibly there was an exchange of money. I don't know. Who knows? Because I don't want to put that out there. But just saying, you do have men who do this for a living, is meet up with men. Either they're gay, bisexual, and or could be straight, and they use this as a ruse to rob a person. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they could set it up as just, oh yeah, I'll meet you. We'll meet for coffee, drinks, whatever. But the ruse is to take advantage of the person. Hello, darling. How you doing together? Hi, Terry. How's everybody doing? And see, we're never going to know. But what makes me think it was robbery intentionally is because he stole the victim's car. The victim was missing for a week. The police find this car. They find bloody prints inside of the car. So that leads me to think that he did this deliberately, is to rob the man. But what makes no sense, once again, why are you keeping the car? You should know that somebody's going to report this man missing. Oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for joining me. I got 22 in the room, 16 thumbs up. Let's match those thumbs to the viewers in the audience. That's my story today. Is that I couldn't imagine online dating. I want to know there's a mutual attraction and things in common, let alone safety. Well, Miss Lakesome, I'm going to tell you this because I have given my personal testimony on this channel. For those who follow me and have listened to my commentary, because I talk about various subject matter on this channel. I will talk about anything on this channel. And one of my testimonies is for my own about my own personal self. I have currently been on a dating site, currently am, excuse me, and sometimes I give the 411 pertaining to my experience on the dating sites. And by the grace of God, I have not been harmed by the few people that I have met. But it is a dangerous situation because you see, what you have to tell yourself is no matter where you meet people, they can turn on you because you don't know anyone. And I think from the discussions I've had on this channel pertaining to true crime, it is obvious that you don't know people. So really, there's no such thing as I met him on the date site. Don't meet him on the date. Don't go on a date site. Pick up somebody. But what you fail to realize is that the same people that's on the date site are the same people that work beside you on your job. They go to your church. They're your neighbor. They live in your apartment complex. They live down the street from you. There is no guarantee on who you will meet. I always tell a friend where, what, yes, whom, and that's what you should do. Is if you decide to meet anybody, I don't care if he's a friend of a friend, you met him at a bar, a restaurant, Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever, you should give that personal information to someone and send a picture to that said friend or family member to say, hey, I'm going out with this guy named such and such. This is his number. This is where he can be reached. This is where he's allegedly from. This is where he allegedly works. So if you don't hear from me, then you call 911. And that's the best thing to do. And then once you are back from your date, it went successfully or didn't, but you're alive, you should then call the person who you've given that personal information to and say, hey, I made it back from the date. And then that's the end of that. But you just don't know people. I brought you all a video probably a month or so ago, it's probably about 2 months ago, about a young lady who was beat up down in Georgia. She went on a date. I think she was an Italian young lady, and she met with a Caucasian male. Hello, everybody. And he took her out for drinks. That once they got to the car, that's when he decided to turn on her, and he basically told her, I've spent too much money on you. So then he begins to beat this girl, and it is also alleged that he rode her around in his car for about an hour, beating her inside of his automobile. And luckily, they do have an ID of his automobile from where he dropped her off, I think, at the end of the date or at the beginning of the date. So that the doorbell cam caught, a picture of the SUV or car or whatever. So you don't know people. She went out with a stranger. She got in his car, obviously, or met him, picked her up, whatever. And you see how terrible it went. And see, that's the thing about meeting people. You have to be careful getting in someone's car and letting them pick you up. They may seem nice and cordial. I'm sure he laid it on thick when he met her and talked to her. And then he turned on her. But see, the baffling thing about that story is they say that she had introduced him to her family at some point. I'm a little bit fuzzy on the details if it was a day or two before or a week before. But that to me didn't make any sense because it's like she took you to meet her family and then later you all went on a date. So you would beat her up after the date? And she has introduced you to her family? Are you really that ignorant and dumb? But you see, people don't care. And you all can Google that story. I can't remember her name. But she is a resident down in Georgia. And she got brutally beaten up on a date. And the guy did it because he said that he paid too much money for the date. So it's like, well, dude, you decided to take her out. You spent the money. So you're angry because you spent too much money on her? It's just crazy. I'm telling you, demons are walking around. Yes, we're in desolate times. And it is sad that a woman or man can't go out here and try to meet someone. So they decide to go on a dating app. And you don't know who you're getting. You don't know who you're talking to. And I can speak from experience. Most of them don't want anything. I've met them all different ages. Short, tall, fat, white, black, blue, green. They don't want anything. Most of the ones I've talked to, just in conversation, don't want anything. Some come out derogatory in the first sentence. What they want to do, what they want me to do. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Then you might get one that tries to lay it on thick. How you doing, Queen? Lay it on thick. Oh, you're nice looking, you're pretty. Da, 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 da. When can we meet? Well, gee, can we conversate first? You see, these people are wicked out here. Very wicked. And this story is baffling. Um, about this older man, 63 years old. He's been snuffed out by a 20-year-old. Frankly, he's old enough to be this boy's grandfather. And I don't know what transpired between this older man. What did he ask for? What did he tell the guy he wanted from him? What did the young guy say he wanted from him? See, we will never know because one of them is deceased now. So we don't know if the two met to have casual sex or if it was just going to be a mutual date somewhere. You know, they're going to meet up somewhere for drinks or dinner, coffee. I don't know. But I do know that people will use the site to rob people. And you do have men who use the site to rob women. They meet the women. God forbid you're crazy enough. You say, hey, let them come to your house to visit. Whether it's day 1, day 3, whatever. He sees what you have in your home, so he now knows what you have in your house. If you told him you live alone, you don't have company, nobody visits, now he knows nobody's going to be coming in that house. So he can do what he wants to you once he gets there. He can do what he wants, period. And that's what's so crazy about meeting people in general. You don't know people. They always hitting licks out here in California by, well, that's the point I'm trying to make, is that everyone is not on the day site for genuine reasons. Like I said, there are people out here who are really wanting to meet someone. They're wanting to find them a mate, a companion, a spouse. And, a lot of people don't agree with going on date sites. But what I tell people is that the same people that you think aren't on the sites, that great guy, that great gal, she's on the date site. She's on the date site. There are married men on the date site. There are men in relationships on the date site. I've seen them personally. They have reached out to a queen personally. So I speak from experience. And they have somebody else. And some of them will tell you they have somebody. And a lot of them who have somebody will not put a profile picture up. They'll either have a blank profile or they'll have an image of like a lion or something crazy, and you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, I know he don't want anything because he won't even put his picture up here. And that's where we're at right now. You don't know people. And I knew somebody who put their picture up there, and he's in a relationship with somebody that I know right now. And to me, it's like he's saying, well, I don't care if she finds out. I mean, that's the message you're sending to me, and to the public, anybody that look at the photos and say, hey, I know that dude. He's dating such and such. Don't care. But this is a terrible situation because the husband is saying about this guy that they're in an open relationship. So what one would have to ask themselves, why would you even want to be married? You two are going to be married, but you're going to let your partner go out and sleep with other men? And in this day and age of catching venereal diseases, HIV, and this worst case scenario, getting assaulted, killed, you would sign off on that. Queen, like you said, you just don't know people. Did you hear about the 66-year-old man that killed 3 women in the same building? No, I have not. No, I have not. No. But see, we are just in, excuse me, we are just in desolate times out here. You just don't know people. And like I said, so many people are wanting to date people. They're looking for love. There are women looking for love. There's men looking for love. But they don't get it. He just kind of, oh, okay. That's okay. I feel sorry for the husband because now he has to bury his husband. And imagine how this is now public information. He didn't go to the corner store and get robbed. He didn't get carjacked and get robbed. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, okay. This man met up with somebody on a date site, and whatever transpired in their conversation, he is now no longer living. And this 20-year-old was so brazen in his actions that he kept the car. Now, who does that? But see, this lets you know how sick people are. And this person is 20 years old. So what you have to ask yourself is, hell, where do you come from? Who raised you that you thought it was okay to go out here and pick up a strange man, which is, however you want to live is your business, but you didn't have to kill the man. Why would you want to have an open relationship, though? See, but people do. People do. I know lots of people who are into, menage a trois. They're into bringing another woman in the bedroom. I know a lot of men are down with that type of behavior. I know somebody personally who says that's what they look for in a side woman. They want another woman to join him and another woman, in the bedroom. So this is what I'm saying. You have all types of people out here. So you have to think about that too. No matter where you meet people, you don't know what they're into, and you're not gonna know until they start, dropping little hints. Ooh, have you ever been with a woman before? Ooh, you like to do this? Ooh, do you see people bait you? And I have seen this personally on the date site. That they are sinister. They are sadists out here. And they have been using, or they are currently using the date site to act out their fantasies. And you just have to think to yourself, someone's asking me about stuff I'm not into. I've told the person, hey, I'm not into that. They keep bringing it up. They're letting you know that's how they rock. And what they're trying to do is see if you would jump on board. And I always say that it starts out one thing, it'll be probably something else worse down the line. That's just my opinion. Because see, people, what they do is they want to see how far you'll go. So it's like, okay, let me see if she'll dibble dabble with another woman. Then what else will it be 5 days from now? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you have people out here, they're just out here to use you. And this little 20-year-old, as they have been saying right now, we are in hard times. There are people who are not working. There are people who will refuse to work, won't hold down a job, and they're looking for the next hustle. So robbing people, hooking up with people, going into people's homes and finding out their personal business, their checking, their debit cards, credit cards. They're looking at all that stuff. They're watching all that stuff. And this is why I tell women that when you meet men, you need to be very careful what you tell them about your financial situation. You see, if he sees a nice looking lady, she dresses nice, she has a nice home or a nice apartment, nice condo, God forbid he has been inside your house, he sees how you live. Oh wow, if he's a crook, his eyes are wide. And he's like, oh yeah, she's got it going on. So now here comes the big. Here comes the big. God forbid, the worst case scenario, he just goes ahead and bashes you over the head and rob you blind and leave you there in your own home. Oh yeah, I've heard the stories. And that's why you take a chance when you invite someone to your home. And it doesn't matter if it is the first date, day 10, if their spirit isn't right, it's not going to really matter when you invite them in and if they're going to harm you. Because if that is the intent, they're going to do it anyway. And you've seen the stories that I've brought you pertaining to Dirty John, which is based on a true story. I'd like all of you all to check that out on USA Network about Dirty John. He was a cold-hearted man who used this woman out in California. He was a drug addict, and she took him in, and she married him, and he caused her to a living hell, and he also caused problems with her children, her adult children. So you have to be very careful, and you have to watch the signs with people. And as I state, people are on the date sites for different reasons. Some people are on there to hook up. And I have seen that with most of the men that I've met just in their conversation. It's obvious that that's what they want. They'll come out and act like they don't. Oh, I'm looking for a lady. Yeah, I want to settle down. Yeah, I want a wife. Yeah, I want all that. But my thing is, what's the rush to visit someone's home? You don't know me. You don't know this lady, whomever. Why are you in such a rush to get to her house? How do you want to get to somebody's house and you haven't even talked on the phone 5 minutes? When can we meet? You know, peering all in the phone like he's so mesmerized. When can we meet? And I'm like, honey, don't you want to talk on the phone for a little while? So I knew what time of day it was. And then the conversation got a little derogatory about, oh, I like older women and da, 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 using profanity and stuff. So they let me know, okay, he's on some other stuff. But that's how they come out the bag. I'm telling you, it's bait and switch. Let me throw this out here. Let me see if she's lonely enough to take the bait. Or talk to her any kind of way. I'll throw out my little sexual fantasies, what I'm into, what I'm not into, and let me see if she'll take it. Hey, Cynthia, how you doing? I'm so glad you all joined me. Hello, Carolyn, how you doing? I got 40 in the room, 31 thumbs up. I want to thank you all for joining me. I decided to go early because I've been on a crazy sleep schedule, and I've been going late lives, and it's messing with my sleep habits, and I've got to try to get on a little earlier and give you all time to watch so it won't be so late you watching my lives. But, oh, yeah. My sister said something about that today. Yeah, it's the clock without the hands. I got to get the hands for it. This was a thrift. This was a find. Somebody threw it out, and I said, "Well, I'll get it and throw a little extra paint on it and keep it moving." I just wanted something, extra for the balcony because I had another wrought iron piece up there, and I took it down and put it inside the house. But thank you very much. But this is just a cautionary tale for any of you who are wanting to go on the date site and meet and greet. You need to new here, love your style. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Say thank you so much. You need to be careful. I thank God every day that I wake up. Okay, Sean. I thank God every day that I have not ended up a statistic because I have met people. I have, told them where I live, whatever, and that is a big risk because what you can do is, even if it's just a good date, everything goes fine. You come back to your place, they go their separate way after the date. They're at their you meet them in the public or however you do it. The fact if they ever find out where you live and then you decide, well, I don't want to see him anymore, or I didn't like the date, or you've already told them where you live, that's where the chaos can come in. Because let's say you went out with somebody and you've given them your address, and then it doesn't work out, and now they know where you live. Do you understand? And now they're calling your phone, texting you. I don't know if you're the type that'll ghost a man or a woman or whatever. And now you've got a problem because they could start saying little things, or they could start hanging out around your house, apartment, or they can just get jiggy with it and show the hell up at the door, unannounced. Do you understand what I'm saying? Wait on you to come out, sit in the parking lot, sit two doors down, and God forbid you've opened your mouth and told them where you work. Don't ever tell anybody where you work. It's the same thing with like social media, Facebook. Don't ever put your job up there in the description box because Facebook asks you to put all this stupid stuff up there, your name, where you're from, what city do you live in, none of your business. Oh, okay. Hello, Miss Ross 46. So you want to be very careful. Who are you talking about, Miss Ross? The person I'm talking about? The 20-year-old? Are you talking about the 20-year-old I'm talking about? Or are you talking about the story from New York? Oh, Lord, don't y'all start getting me thrown off. I got 47 in the room. Thanks for joining me. But you want to be careful what you divulge because you see, when you put all those things up on social media about where you live, where you work, see, this is what you don't understand. There are sick people out here. You don't put on there the name of the company where you work. And some of you got that on your profile on your Facebook page. You've got where you work currently. You've got where you worked previously. You've got the location of the city you're in. Well, gee, I get a problem with you, dating or not. I know where you are. Oh, she works for H&R Block. Okay, so, well, Carolyn, whether you're on the side or not, I'm talking about Facebook in general. I'm talking about everything. A lot of people are on Facebook. A lot of people are on Facebook even if they're not on dating sites. Well, and that is the problem. So you put all this personal stuff up there. So let's just say you meet somebody, or you just got somebody randomly going through your stuff, being nosy. Oh, she worked for H&R Block. How long do you think it's going to take for them to find out which H&R Block wait on you? See, y'all don't be thinking. And I tell people all the time, you got to think about what you put on that book, what you put on social media, what you put on your IG page, what you talk about. Hello, Cuddles. How you doing, baby? Because like I said, in this situation here, I don't know what transpired between this older man and this younger guy. I don't know what was the conversation. You know, I don't know if this older man was just, hey, trying to pick up somebody, if he was trying to offer money for sex. I don't know if it was a younger guy who could have possibly, solicited himself for payment. But the point is, no matter what transpired in their conversation, oh, Melissa, stop it. I ain't going nowhere right here to talk to you all on this box. You know I don't come on this box half baked. You know me now. The point is, there is a dead man now who was allegedly in an open relationship with his husband. Two men, obviously homosexual males, married. And one decides to go outside of the relationship, and he picks up this black boy. And all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose. And I can only imagine. Because this man was missing for a week. 1 week he was missing. And then he's found. Then the car is found with the suspect. And the suspect is so frivolous and deceitful. He has the car. So that showed you he didn't care anything about this man. That he would still be driving around in his car knowing, oh, I seem like a counselor. Okay, I'm more mild today. I'm more mild today. I'm working on my disposition. Pray for me. But seriously, but I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you, dear. But you understand what I'm saying to you? You don't know people. And if you all continue to follow me, those that are new in the chat today, excuse me, and you decide to go in and watch my previous videos, I want you to go back to my videos where I talk about the date site. One of my conversations is from a month ago. It's called, I think, Saturday Night Vibes. It's probably a 3-hour video. When you get some free time and you just want to relax and just zone out with your cup of tea or wine or whatever, I want you to tune into that video, Saturday Night Vibes. I did it probably a month ago. Thank you, Star. I want you to listen to what I'm saying to you about how I was bamboozled by a Negro that lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, I'm putting him on blast because what he did was foul. Do y'all remember the case where the young lady said the guy to be robbed and they shot him and thank God he's robbed? No, I don't remember that. No, I'd have to check that, sweetheart. But this person I met, yeah, I said Negro because I could use the other word, but that wouldn't be nice. Considering I am an African American female, I wouldn't use that on the live. But you understand what I'm saying? You go back to my videos. You go back to that video that I've done several videos back in the month of December because that's when I was talking to him. And he was a good talker. He laid it on thick. And I blame myself because I knew better than to talk to him because he had ghosted me the month or so before. And I had told him when he kept texting, I said, we really don't have anything to talk about because I haven't heard from you. And I don't rock like this. You're not going to jump on and off with me. You either want to talk to me or you don't. So when you didn't, call, show up, that let me know you weren't interested. And I was cool with that. So I moved on. So why would this person want to continue call? So it's like crazy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Lewis. So I said to myself, why is this person jumping on, keep sending me messages on my phone? He's sending messages on the date site. It's like, well, what does this Negro want? Damn, you let me know you don't want me bothered. I didn't bother you. Okay. Foolishly, I started talking to him. It's the biggest mistake I made. Because he didn't want anything. It was a game. I think what he did, he said to himself, you know what? I'm going to see if she'll answer and respond. And then I'm going to ghost her again. And that's what he did. I took the bait. I responded. I listened at his bullshit about his 2 kids and, oh, I'm trying to find somebody that'll date me, that will accept me for date with having 2 kids and yeah. And then I noticed how he would get flipped a few times during that week talking on the phone. Oh, you're not going to hang around. You're not going to stick around. That's why I didn't ever call you back, because I didn't think you wanted to date a man that had small children. Oh, he laid it on. And then after all that, he met me and ghosted me. And it's shameful to even repeat it, but I think we learn from experience, and I'm sharing that experience with you. And I'm not going to blame myself, because I felt like I was a decent person to him. I was decent when we first initiated conversation months ago, and even when he moved on, ghosted me, dropped off from conversation, I did not bother this man. And then he jumped back on week after week after week trying to contact me, and I ignored him. And then finally I just broke down and said, let me see what he has to say. Because what he said to me is, I'll make it up to you. I'll make it worth your while. All that old type of nonsense. And he is trash. And as I said, if I was to see him today, I would kick him in his shins. He makes me sick to my stomach. Because he's like most of these demons out here. He's a liar and he's a thief. A thief of hearts. You understand what I'm saying? Laying it on thick and making it seem like he's interested, when deep down inside he don't give a damn about women and he don't have respect for women. And to sit up and act like he cares so much about his boy children, it shows me that all you're doing is living a lie, and it's only a matter of time that you're going to grow up, your kids are going to grow up, and they're going to realize they got a really rank-ass father. So this role he was trying to play of the decent daddy didn't mean a damn thing, because he's not a decent man. And that's the sad word. And some of you in the chat has said to me, I think he's got a woman, Angela. I think he's got a woman. Don't talk to him. Don't talk to Yellow Boy. I think he's got a woman. And I said, no, he ain't got no woman. I saw the background in his house. But then one of you said in the chat, how you know that she wasn't gone when he video chatted you? And I noticed that after that first video chat, when we first jumped back on talking to each other, we never video chatted again. He always just wanted to talk on the phone. He never wanted to video chat. Because he always used the excuse, well, when I get off of work, I fool with my sons, blah, blah, blah. Then after that, I like to go straight to bed. So really, he was setting it up that he wasn't even trying to interact. So I told him, well, why do you want to talk again? Because if you're too busy, if you deal with your children when you get off from work, you go pick up your kids and spend time with them, and then you go straight to bed once you're home, what am I missing? How are you trying to date a woman? Oh, wow. Oh, okay, Miss Lewis. Yikes. But you see, they want you to listen at the BS and follow suit. That's the point of it. Let me lay it on thick. Let me cry and moan. She'll feel sorry for me. When he knew all along he did not want a relationship with me. And possibly no other woman. I don't know how he did it. He was impersonating a star. Oh, okay. But you understand what I'm saying? Right, nothing but excuses. And that's why I want you all to go back into my videos from a month ago where I talk about Yellow Boy. And I went live and I had some really interesting conversations with a lot of you all in the chat. And some of you told me I didn't need to fool with him, because you all smelled a rat. But I said, no, I'm going to give him a chance. So that way I can never say I didn't let him redeem himself. Because as people say, everybody deserves second chances, depending on the situation. And that's what I did. I said, let me see if he will follow suit, if he will man up and be decent acting this second time. Because, we had never met. So I thought, well, I'll just go on and try. Started, what are y'all talking about? He videoed me. Oh, Lord. I can't win with you all. I got 60 in the room, 46 thumbs up. This is a pretty good number for daytime viewing. I want to thank you all so much. Yes, not real, swear. But just a cautionary tale. And my daddy told me this a long time ago, and he's deceased now. When you meet a man, hello, Mary Blue, make sure he has his own. Make sure he has his own. Make sure he proves he has his own. You see, all that chit-chatting on the phone and texting, that's for kids. I don't do texting. I've told you all that. I don't text. I don't care for texting. You start out wanting to text me, you already let me know you're not interested. Because I'm not going to jump off a date site, which allows you to text, to then go to a real telephone number to text. And I'm not about to do it. And that's the point I'm making. When all they want to do is text, that's a bad sign. When you decide to meet him in public. If you decide to go to his place, you need to be leery that anything can jump off and you're on your own. Same thing if you invite him back to your place. You're on your own. If you decide to just keep talking and talking and talking and date him, meet him, well, however you want to word it, you want to make sure he has his own automobile, he has his own home, apartment. Because if you don't, you'll be suckered into always having this person come to your place, and that's when he'll drop the bang and tell you he don't have his own. That he lives with his father, his sister, his cousin, and frankly, a grown woman has no business trying to talk to anybody that does not own his own house or apartment. And that's just how I feel. You can take a chance on somebody that don't have their own, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a problem. Because eventually, if he likes you enough, or he's just looking for a come up, he will just be using you to get out of that place to then come stay with you. And then now you have a damn headache that you can't get rid of, and you will be feeling some type of way. So date a man with his own. Meet and greet. If he tells you, yeah, I got my own place, my own apartment, good sign. How you decide to tread after that is your business. All I'm saying is be careful. Because you don't want to be in a situation you cannot get yourself out of. I will never interact with anybody on Instagram unless they know me. Sometimes you just take a chance talking to somebody and they take it to another level. Well, that's the whole point of this situation here. The date site is like anything. And I tell people that you can't judge the sites. It's just an avenue of people meeting. People are people. And if they're a crook on the site, they're a crook, period. And that's what I tell everybody about dating. A dog's a dog. The site don't have anything to do with it. The site is just an avenue to meet people, to use and manipulate and con, scam, scheme. But the rest, they do what they want to do. And we are seeing, as the stats I just brought you, that many people on there, they are sadists, they are pedophiles, they are rapists, and they use the site to lure victims in. So you need to be careful of the people that you meet, especially when inviting them home. And I don't care if you wait day 5, day 10, you still have to be careful once you invite somebody in. Because people can say, well, don't bring them home the first date. Don't bring them home the second date. Well, you can wait day 5, day 10, and still have a demon inside of your house. So while you're staring down a fist, a choke, it won't make a bit of difference that you waited day 10 to be assaulted inside of your damn house, or assaulted in their house, or assaulted in their car. The only thing you're thinking How the hell am I going to get out of this situation? And how did I get myself in this situation? Well, that's the whole point, Carolyn. And that's the whole point about life, is that before there were date sites, many people have harrowing stories of how they have been duped by people and mistreated by people. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you meet them. Many people have been lied to. Many people have been deceived. Many people have been used. Many people have been physically, sexually, verbally, and mentally abused by other people, and they did not meet them on the date site. And as I have said, and I'm going to say this till I'm put down in the grave, a dog is a dog. A crook is a crook. No matter the circumstances, no matter the venue, how you met them. If they're not right, they're not right. So you need to be leery. I like you. It's like listening, talking with an old friend. I don't know how I found you, but I'm glad I did. Thank you, Janine. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you, especially with all this catfish. I'm going to go back through some of your chats because I was talking. I wanted to get this message out to some of you. He rides a bicycle, has a skateboard. He still lives in his mom's basement, blah, blah, blah. It's so disgusting that there's so many fraudulent identities stealing people. Yes, that's why you have to be careful with identities, too, because they do steal people's identities. Everyone eventually let their guard down if they are good enough at charming you. I threw my fishing line out one time and caught a well-dressed crackhead. I threw him back. Oh, wow. I will never interact with anybody on Instagram, okay? Okay. Trying to go through all this, play too many games. Oh, my gosh, the same. I kept fishing him to get information from my friends and kept thinking I was crazy. This is why I'm by myself. I just want to go through some of these words. Hey, Queen, what is your day? My birthday is Friday the 29th. Same day as Oprah Winfrey. Thank you all for joining me. I've got 60 in the room, 50 thumbs up. This is a beautiful day in the high 10. It is beautiful. As you see, I'm sitting out, so I wanted to get some fresh air today. I wanted to get a little bit of vitamin D because it's a nice day, and I didn't want to be, not enjoying this day because it's just too beautiful in the high 10. And it's just a beautiful day. But I wanted to bring you all this message because every time I do a video, sometimes anyway, I like to bring some type of message to you in the story, because the stories are horrible that I bring you, but I bring these stories to you for a reason, because I want you to be aware of what is going on out here, that, we have some really horrible people. Excuse me. It's sinus trouble out here. I shouldn't be out here. Thank you so much, Together. Thank you. You need to take heed with the people that you meet, because you just don't know people. And I look at my life right now. I'll be 50 on Friday. God willing, I wake up on Friday. And I'm single. I'm not married. I've never been married. And I want a mate. So I tell myself, how in the world did I get to this situation to be 50 and not married, not in a serious relationship? I don't know how long I'm going to have on top of this earth. I don't know if I'll get sick tomorrow, 5 years from now. I don't want to be by myself. But I don't want to pick up just anybody and just have a dead weight either. About my channel, if you don't mind, if I do understand. What does it say? Hold on. Sure. Go ahead, honey. But that's the thing, is that we're just in desolate times right now. Yes, always be weary, yes. Or leery rather. You just need to be careful who you meet out here. Thank you so much, Star. I just feel like there's so much living that we can do. And with this COVID, that's another thing I want to mention too before I check out of here, because I don't want to keep you all long. COVID has given people reason to dupe you, use you. Because the first thing that I hear now, oh, I can't take you out. I don't want to catch COVID. Oh, I don't want to be in a restaurant. I don't want people over my food. No, bro, just say you don't want to spend no money. Queen's not dumb. I'm not 40. I'm not at 49 by accident. There are no accidents. You don't want to spend no money. So now you want to use COVID as an excuse not to take a lady out on a date. Because frankly, if there was no COVID, you wouldn't take me out anyway, or any other woman. Well, you never know who people are. Trust me, I can speak from personal experience from somebody I know who is now deceased. They lived a lie their entire life. Had outside children, all that. And they sites was nowhere in the peripheral. Thank you so much, Together. Thank you. It does not matter. People are people, and that's what I want you all to understand. It's that all the stories you hear out here in the street, most of them don't have anything to do with date sites. When you hear that a man or woman has been lying to their spouse, their significant other, they have outside children, they've been in trouble with the law, they've done this, they've done that, they're scheming, they're scamming, they're arrested for fraud, they're investigated for fraud, they're doing all this type of crazy stuff. They don't have nothing to do with a date site. That's what I keep telling you. You either right or you ain't. Yes, I'm Aquarius. You just have some dirty people out here that don't mean you no good. And they're willing to use you. And they're willing to hurt you. And to me, this story of this man is horrific. Because you're talking about a 63-year-old man. He was old enough to be this guy's grandfather. And they hooked up. Now, did they have relations? I don't know what they did. Like I said, I don't even know what was said. Because like I said, one of them is deceased. He can't talk. But to have a kid kill a 63-year-old man, steal his car? For what? Why couldn't you just ask that man for some money? You hurting, you in a bad situation. Just say, hey, dude, I'm struggling right now. I need some funds. And it's up to the dude to say, yeah, I'll give it to you, or I need you to do this for the money. That'd be between two grown people. But you didn't have to kill him. So what we have to ask ourselves, did you kill him for the car? What? Did you take credit cards, debit cards? What? Because none of that was revealed in the article. If he was robbed or if any of his personal effects were stolen, taken from him. Only thing mentioned was that his car was missing. He was missing. His car was missing. And yet he tells authorities, oh, he loaned me the car. Which his husband says, no, he would never loan his car to anybody. But see, look at how all this jumped off. Two men married, and the one who's living says, well, we're in an open relationship. Okay, baby. See you later, Queen Talks. Open relationship. Well, together you have to work it out. I'm slow running on this channel. I should have way more viewers than I have. I should have way more views. I should have way more subscribers, but I don't. It's just the way it is. Because, one, I don't show any videos. So I think, people are more in tune to watch channels where you are showing things, via the computer and the videos of what the people look like. Because that draws people in. And I get that. But like I always told people, I didn't come on here for fluff. I'm shooting straight from the hip. Whether I'm in the chair, my sofa, the kitchen. I bring you a source, you can verify it, and it's on you. I'm just grandma in a chair. That's all I'm bringing to you. And want to mate, but I'm not in no hurry. Enjoying being a cougar. This is going to help a lot of people. Thank you, honey. Terry, you a mess. Terry, you in here. You a trip. Terry, I can't fool with you. Thank you so much, Janine. Thank you so much. Yes, today's a beautiful day. Yes, ma'am, Miss Harris. He has a nasty demeanor. But I let him know, please don't test me. We're not here to make you comfortable. This is a Motel 6. Oh, my God. What? Oh, Jesus. It is 53 minutes into the live. I thank you all so much for joining me. I don't really want to keep you all long, but I just wanted to have that talk with you all. You can Google the story about this horrific tale out of Florida. This is just a really bad situation. A really bad situation. My sister-in-law messaging me from Chicago. They wait good till I go live. Oh, Jesus. Hold on one second. But that's the sad information out of Florida. And I'm telling you, he picked the right state to do what he did. You're a black male killing a white man in Florida. They're going to give you the chair, little boy. You're not going to get out of that. I doubt you be able to talk your way out of that. I doubt that. I doubt that. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this number to her. Okay. So, love you. Thank you so much, Carolyn. But yeah, you killed a white man. You know the game how it goes. You an African American male and you killed an older white man in the state of Florida. You just sealed your fate. Thank you so much from New York. Thank you so much. I got a few fans in New York. How you all doing up there? I'm so glad. And we're not going to even talk about New York. Oh, the one I met a week ago that laid it on thick from New York. He, poof, vanished as well. That's what they do. They just get on these sites to talk to people, lay it on thick. That's what I'm coming to see. They just use the site to just talk and vent. They don't have any intention of meeting you, giving you anything, offering you anything. And it's sad to say because like I said, there's people out there such as myself that's wanting to meet someone, wanting to share their life with someone. And you've got these other dogs that's just like, they're just getting up there and, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Oh, I got 2 kids, I got this. Oh, I'm looking for a wife, I'm looking for a partner. I'm just wanting to date somebody. Oh, I'm just wanting to hook up or whatever the hell they're talking about. They don't want nothing. Most of these men don't want nothing. And some of the women don't want nothing. I've heard a lot of men say that about the women that they've met. They said the women are very vocal. The women are very derogatory. They're sending them photos off the bat, and they're not into that, don't want that. And then I just listen because, I don't know what to think. You all know me. I'm the type, bring me a receipt because I don't believe half the stuff I hear. And sometimes what you think you're seeing ain't really what you're seeing. But what I can speak on is my own experience. That's my brother calling in. Sorry about that. Just we're in sad times right now. Very sad, sad times. And I'm just telling you all to be careful out here. I want you to be careful. I say this to the men as well. I don't want any of the men thinking I'm leaving them out. I just want you all, because I'm a black woman, he could refer to me as sis. I told him Sergeant Ross to you. Oh, okay. Oh, you're in the... Okay. So you're a sergeant? Okay. I got you. But I say this to everyone, men and women alike. Just be careful of the people that you're meeting. Try not to tell all your personal business. Sorry about that. I don't know why my brother's waiting to call me. I already told. Sorry about that. Let me tell this child. He just. Oh Jesus! I just told him I was going live. Sorry about that, you guys. Hold on a minute. Now, any other time you can't get nobody on the phone. Yes, this is your sister. I am live right now on YouTube, so call me back later, dear. Bye-bye. Sorry about that, you guys. Yes, this is your sister. I just sent them a message before I got on. I don't know what they're trying to do. Might be trying to get my birthday presents ready for me. What state? I'm in the state of Tennessee. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee is where I'm located. East Tennessee. Well, it's... That's the thing about going live, see. Everybody waits to send messages and call during the live. Now, when you're calling, nobody answers the phone. Then you go live. Because I know he didn't got the message. I told my sister I'm going live. So it's just let you know, don't call. Oh, Lord have mercy. But this is, I thank you all for letting me jump on here and bring you the 411. Yeah, every time. I'm glad you all let me get on here and talk to you guys. And don't you find it interesting? The phone has not buffered one time with me talking about this. But for some of you who've been following me, when I talk about the other subject, my phone buffers. Y'all know where I'm going with that? Ah, I'm not going to Chicago, honey. I gotta wait till it warms up before I get back up there. I can't do the cold. Okay, but Alexis, you know the past conversations I've had on here about what goes on out west with the boys, my phone buffers. I've sat through this entire video outside without the phone buffering. It only messed up when my incoming calls came in. I find that very interesting, but I told you all that. Huh? Left like be quiet now, don't get to talk. But you understand what I'm saying, Pretty K. There's been no buffering during this live. That's what's weird to me. There's been no buffering. Only when I talk about that other subject is when the phone acts up. That's just strange to me. But I thank you all for joining me. I'm not going to hold you guys because it's an hour in. This was going to be a short live, but I just wanted you all to be leery and Google the story about this young African-American male who killed this older white man, 63 years of age, down in Florida. He obviously robbed the man. I don't know what transpired between the two, if this was a hookup gone bad, or if this was a sexual liaison, a sex for sale. I don't know. But one's going to think that. You already know that. Two men, you're not going to think positive about the situation. People are going to automatically think the worst between the two. And due to the fact that the older man is now deceased and the black boy had his car, people are going to think the worst. And the worst happened. He's now no longer living. So this is a terrible, terrible situation. Prayers for this man. Prayers for his family. Because now somebody has to bury this older man. I mean, he has a life. He had a life, excuse me. And no matter what he signed up for with this guy, or whatever he thought he was going to be getting from this guy, giving him, he didn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve to die. And that young boy should be ashamed of himself for murdering this older man. Because like I said, if it was a matter of him being financially strapped, he could have just asked the man for some money. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to bring you another upload here in a minute. It's going to be an update to the story out of Indianapolis. I'm going to reveal who the suspect is in that deadly shooting that took place on early Sunday morning in Indianapolis, Indiana. It is a horrific tale of an entire family gunned down inside of a house. And in the next video, you will learn who the suspect is. And it's bad. Thanks for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, drop the comments below. If you want to donate to the channel, please donate all monies to $ Big Angie 129. That is my Cash App. It's in the description of the video. Thank you so much for giving me your time. God bless all of you. For all of you ladies and men who are choosing to go on the date site, just please be careful. And yes, I may come back on later. If I find something stimulating to talk about, I will bring you something else to talk about, because I want to try to break off from some of the things I've been discussing on the channel. I'd like to do lives about other subject matters because there's too many other things that we can talk about out here in the world. But I want to thank you all for joining me, and I will try to find something else. If not, you know I'll be back on later in the week. Be safe. Be careful. Cleveland, Ohio, thank you so much. God bless you, honey. You all be careful out there. Ladies, you be careful. Men, you be careful. Sometimes a pretty face ain't a pretty face. Thank you, honey. Yes, antihistamine. Yes, I'm nose running out. And ladies, beware of the handsome guy, smooth talker, nice dresser. Get you somebody that talks nice to you. They're not in a rush to meet you. They're not in a rush to hook up with you. They want to take you out, wine and dine, even if it's just a picnic basket in the park, lunch in the park, coffee at the coffee house. That'll do. It's the thought that counts. And get you somebody who has their own place, their own car. It's okay, video chip. Just be careful. Please be careful. Because I don't want to ever have to hear any stories about any of you in the chat or myself. And I want you to pray for me as well. Because we are in desolate times. And you now see that in a world of COVID, in a world of uncertainty, no money, no jobs, people are doing whatever they have to do to survive. And they do not mind harming you to get that money. So God bless all of you. Please stay safe. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me.